I'm going to start this mini series thing called Ask an AC, okay? Just came up with that on the spot. So Ask an AC is basically going to be this concept of questions that people have asked me over the course of me being in film. So the first question is, can you join the union if you don't know anybody? The short answer, yes. The long answer is that I think there's three main points that play a factor into you getting into the union, which I'm going to dive right into. So point number one is don't chase connections, but focus on building your reputation first. I think one of the misconceptions that I find people have with the union and just how people work on a professional film set is there's always that one person or one team that gets you that consistent work or the consistent jobs. No one person is going to build your career, right? People change, production companies change, crews move on to different shows, some people transition out of the industry. So you can't really rely on just that one person. Your network is going to just naturally evolve over time. So instead of thinking, okay, who do I know? Start thinking like, okay, what kind of a crew member do I really want to be remembered as? Because your reputation is the thing that's going to take you further than that one person ever will. Point number two, your reliability is what's going to get you rehired. Okay, it's as simple as that. What I've noticed is people don't really look for perfection. They look for professionalism, okay? Can you show up on time? Can you be trusted with the task? Can you complete a task that you are assigned? Can you be trusted with the expensive camera equipment and lenses that we're handling? These are things that people actually genuinely notice. I know these sound like simple things, but the camera department really does work in that way. It's all about trust, it's all about reliability, and it's about ultimately, I think, the work ethic. You're working with heavy gear, you're working with tight schedules, and the team really relies on each other in those moments. So having the reliability factor is huge. And speaking from my experience too, I would even add communication, because there have been times, I'm sure, where I didn't really know how a specific technical cable or a piece of equipment worked, and I have had no shame in asking the question of, hey, I don't really know how this works, could you explain it to me? And I think that goes such a long way with the team and also with the person that you're directly working with, because it shows that you are engaged, it shows that you care about what you're doing, and it also shows that you're willing to take accountability to be like, hey, I'm actually new. Yes, I have the confidence to perform the task, but I want to do it in the right way. So you're not adding more workload to the team, and you're not also just going ahead and being overconfident and possibly making a mistake that can cost the team more time and money than there needs to be, right? So reliability, being somebody who is present and engaged will get you the callbacks. That brings me to point number three, which is my absolute favorite piece of advice that I would give to anybody who wants to get into film, is literally start where you are. I graduated film school from an acting degree, by the way, so I had no clue about camera. I had no interest in the technical side, but I just started working on student films, free independent projects, just to build experience, just to get my hands in there, because this industry, especially camera, is a very hands-on kind of a field. You can't really sit there and read a book about it. So you have to just get on set and practically learn the knowledge that you're seeking. Start where you are. It's okay to make mistakes. You probably will make mistakes. It's natural. The biggest advice that I would probably tell somebody would be, don't wait until you know everything, because A, that's just impossible and hard to know. And also, B, you're going to really stop yourself from experiencing the opportunities that open up to you and in your path if you just take that risk. I'm a big risk taker myself. I literally pivoted from acting to camera because of a simple risk, because I knew I had interest in slating, and I knew I was fascinated by cameras and how the camera operator is navigating on a set. That led from one opportunity to another, to another, to another, and to the point of this video of, can you get into the union without knowing anybody? Absolutely you could. That's literally what I did. I met somebody on set, student film, by the way, and I just asked questions. I asked questions which led to somebody else on set noticing that, hey, she's possibly interested in this. Let me tell her about this program that the union offers. And then I took a leap of faith. I trusted in my own abilities. And even in my interviews to the union, I was super honest. And I was like, hey, I'm willing to learn. I don't know everything, but I know that this is the path that I really ultimately want to end up in. So just teach me. Basically, if you're willing to stay curious, playful, excited, and humble about your journey in film and take opportunities when they come, yes, sooner or later, a door is going to present itself that's going to lead you to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next, and then you will just find yourself in the right path that aligns for you and your growth. So I think instead of focusing on becoming the perfect technician and having a stacked resume and knowing the award-winning directors and DPs, which is like, it's cool. It's definitely, it's going to create a good impression on other people. But like, instead of focusing on that, focus on being someone that people genuinely really enjoy working with, right? Focus on the X factor that you have, that you bring to the table, because I guarantee you every single person has something individual about them that stands out. And all of the people that I know, including myself, that lean into their individuality have found and paved their way in this industry. Can you get into the union without knowing anybody? Absolutely, you can.